Hi, everybody. I'm that girl goddess. I'm back. Don't pay no attention to the hair. We all know I rinse my hair black all the time, but I'm a natural redhead. And whew, they say the dye be permanent, but it's not permanent as y'all can see. And I was just tickled looking at it and everything. Oh well, I'm still gonna go to the drawing board tonight and shampoo. But I'm that girl goddess. Hi again. I'm gonna talk about what did I say I was gonna talk about? Oh, I'm gonna talk about the eviction rate right now. We all know that a lot of people's having problems with the system. Um, that not only are we having problems with the system, I'm sorry, I almost dropped my phone. I had to catch it, but I didn't flex. I just let it fall, and I caught it sideways. But um, there's a lot of people having problems nowadays because the system. A lot of people have to go back to work. They're losing their places of residency because a lot of them refuse to work 30 hours. A lot of them have mistreated so many people. They're having a hard time with babysitting. Um, I don't know what to tell them because a lot of these people that was entitled did people so bad and laughed at people so bad that even when you're praying for them, God is remembering how they acted and how they treated people and how they scam. And God has a way of humbling folks. And then you have these landlords. They had this property. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the best position to hold my phone where I can hold it steady. Okay, the best a lot of these landlords, they had properties and they were so arrogant. The property be all messed up and they charging a leg on. They kept going up on the rent. I know in the last 3 years it'd be $200 more. Then it's 300. Then it's 400. And now it's about 800. And you barely have quality. They have these kits they make a lot of homes out of, or the way they renovate things is so cheap. The stuff is like cardboard. And I know because I took a carpentry class and I've been working with the fellas, even fixing my home. And a lot of the stuff that you paying all this high money for is for the appearance of it. I put some wood on my floor, new flooring, and I'm going to show you a picture of it. I don't know if you can see it, but that's the new flooring. I thought it looked nice. This is before I moved in. I asked them would they put it down for me, and I paid for it, of course. They charged me a price. And one day we had a flood in the backyard, or one in the pipes burst. Tell me why the floor, because in this part of Georgia, they don't have no basements. And the house, the way they set it up, they just put wood and you look, once you move that floor, you looking straight at the ground, dirt. It ain't no cement down there and leveled out or none of that. Okay. And this is one of those old homes, but they still doing this stuff down here, so it don't matter whether it's being an old home or not. And the house, with the water flooded, it came up to the floor, and I found out the flooring that looks like wood, it's like a cardboard, I don't know, some kind of sticker over some cardboard, but my floor started doing what cardboard does when it gets wet. And I was trying to mop it and the floor was coming up, and I was like, oh my God. It had to be some panel with like cardboard up under it. I don't know what it was, but I'm going to have all my flooring redid. I had, when this happened to me, after the water went down, I had a plumber come out and I got myself all flex pipes because we barely have cold weather down in Georgia. It's definitely not no snow. This was the America year. So I put down, had the flex pipe did in all the house. It may not have been water everywhere, but I had all the pipes did. Okay, so it can't burst no more. So next, I've been looking at some flooring for the floor. Now, I may not be able to afford the most expensive flooring, Because if it come down to it, I told them when they do the flooring this go round, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have racks put up under it, on top of the beams, and then I'm gonna have the flooring put on top of that. Okay, it's gonna raise the floor a little bit. Everybody know a rat rack is just like a wire. Mice can't chew through the wire. Okay, so I'm trying to get the house so it will be rat free, because I'm put up rat walls, because I got to take down a lot of the walls which I have and put up rat walls. Okay, so field mice and rats, because a lady next door, she had moved out and all her rats from her house came over to my house. Well, that's part of the reason I got the cat. But I had an exterminator come out and I started doing the walls, and this winter I really didn't have no problem. I haven't seen nothing. Okay, but with the flooring, even though I had the piping done to the flex pipe, if it floods, and sometimes we have a natural disaster, what I'm gonna eliminate is, even if the floor is messed up and I have a new wood and I'm gonna put new flooring, but I'm gonna have that rat rack, I'm not gonna have the mice. I'm not gonna play the game. And as I put it down, I see the sand up under the floors. I bought a whole bunch of bags of rat poison and I'm crushing them up. Okay, putting some oil with some butter and some sugar in it, and I'm putting it up under the house. Okay, up under all the flooring, and then I'm gonna have the rat wall in. So even if they burrow up, they're not gonna like what they're gonna get, because it's gonna be very poisonous. They're not, and I did this before, and trust me, I had I literally had just bought this house, and the whole yard had rat holes and all that. But once I did that to that house and did this and this, and I went and put that stuff through the grass, I checked the weather. It was dead rats everywhere. But I hadn't seen a rat on that property afterwards. Okay. I'm not gonna play the game. I don't play with rats. I don't do rats. I don't do field mice. You can say what it is. I'm down here in Georgia and they just let wildlife do what it do. Okay, I'm not gonna let it do what it do. No, sorry. So that's one of my plans. So I'm looking at flooring, and I'm trying to look at a quality but yet cheaper brand of flooring, because once I get the house together and I got most of the base wallings done and the ceilings in a lot of rooms did, and when I say I'm gonna have the house appraised, and I know this house is gonna be working. I live in the downtown historical area. I'm gonna get this house appraised for at least $100K. People say I get more than that, but I'm not really trying to be greedy. I'm gonna let God set the price for me and let Him guide me. But I'm gonna get the value up so I can move out of here. I guess soon. I'm gonna move out anyway. Like I told people, I work 2 or 3 jobs. I'm not gonna stay in this community. Okay. It's getting better since I've been here, and I've been praying and fasting on a lot of things, but I really, when I adopt the children, I want to take them out of this environment and have them in more of a gated community, even if I do homeschooling with them. And I'm going to have them part of some church communities so they can have associates and friends, but trying to get people on the same page, okay, with the same mentality, okay? And I know I was talking about people being evicted, but a lot of these homes, these landlords have went so high up on the rent. Because I remember the last place I was staying, the landlord owned like 6 houses on the block. Well, this man was paying $700 a month, and she raised the rent to $1,250, okay, a month. Now, she was one of them slum lords, and it needed a lot of work to be done, okay, a lot of work. And she raised the rent. He got evicted. A lot of them, they lost their homes and everything, and he was working. A couple of them, they was just on this public assistance. But nonetheless, I don't care how they got their money right there. We're talking about the rent. I'm going to try to stay on topic, because then I get the going off, veering off. But rent had got so bad that on that block, it was just a regular neighborhood block. And when I say probably out of, we're going to say 30 houses on the block, we was down to about 6 people being able to afford to pay rent on the block. It was really looking bad. And then people came out, they was mad at the landlord when the nightfall, they'll vandalize the home and keep going. People was putting cement in the pipes because they was angry at the landlord saying it was unfair and they was being evicted. Well, right now we're going through another eviction crisis. Even old people that going up on the rent, they can't afford the rent, they don't care. And everything that's going on. And I said, whoa, Lord, what we gonna do? You know, because I hate to hear about old people being put out, but, you know, I was like, what's going on? But I know how so many landlords rented places, and when people wanted to move, they missed paying 2 and 3 months. They'll poke holes in their ceilings. They'll put cement in the pipes, steal the furnace. They'll steal the hot water tank. They'll even steal the pipes if you got copper pipes. But sometimes they'll crack those other PCB pipes. See, I can't pronounce all the time. I'm taking speech classes. Y'all be patient with me. God's not through with me yet. And they would tear up the house. And I had bought a whole bunch of properties when I was young, and I got so overwhelmed. I gave homes to my children. Some houses I just let the state take because I had flooded and the house was damaged. The whole house was mildew. Water went up to the second floor on a lot of them. And I just said, then the Michigan weather and all the stuff going, I said, I'm not going to be bothered. That's how you get a lot of vacant homes in Detroit due to natural disasters and stuff. So I moved out to Georgia. I'm here. I'm going to reestablish. And I don't know how I'm going to do some things, but I'm going to do it. Just like I was singing the song, I had a video on. I don't know how God's gonna do it. Well, that's where I'm at. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna rely on the Spirit of God, follow His lead, and I'm not gonna worry about it. But we're gonna stay on track about this eviction thing. So all these people evicting these people and thinking they're getting more money and think they got them in a trick bag, and people got to get roommates and people buying tiny houses, and you got this little old bin, trailer thing, and they fixing into a one room tiny house, or making several rooms out of it. I looked at him, I said, God don't like ugly. Because when it gets down to it, when things go down, when they get through mistreating people and thinking they're slick, and these little tiny homes, you pay about $3,000 for the thing. It's like a metal thing or a little small sectional thing, and they charging about $3,000 to $5,000 for it to do the construction in it. And I look at people. The cost is ridiculous. And then they say, and they get through with this, and it's like a one room studio, basically. They say is selling for $30,000 and $40,000. Ridiculous. Them homes shouldn't sell for no more than 10. You can buy homes off of the auction, regular size houses for 10. I just look at people. That's ridiculous. Somebody did something, and then here you get all these people to get greedy. Greed. And these landlords think they so slick. Let me tell you something. God has a way of humbling people. These entitled people who don't want to work, aren't keeping their households. These people thought they were so much better, look down on people. God bringing them down. A lot of people had all these properties. They can't get nobody to rent them. People can't afford it. People starting over. They buying old property. They rather did a fixer-upper just to escape these prices. But then with all these evictions, you have a lot of people that's homeless out here. And my heart goes out to them. I made some videos about the homeless problem. And I pray for them. And I tell them, well, if you can, get a tent. I tell people before you lose your property, and you may not even foresee losing your property, go get you some tents, some sleeping bags, get an air mattress. I'm telling you some things to do. Start, Get a couple bins, put them to the side. They have your personal needs like soap, deodorant, toothpaste, body wash. Have washcloths in it. Get some with sanitary pads. Get a bin, put you on some socks, some underwear. Put about 5 outfits per person. And I tell them, I say, yeah, you may have to put them in the garage or up in the attic or something like that. But get tents for everybody because you don't know what's going to happen. And the way the Mother Earth is acting, a lot of people that went to these marina spheres and they seeking vengeance because these people, a lot of the work didn't work. And those spirits are coming to collect. Okay. This stuff that a lot of people made off of those things, those spirits are causing natural disasters, those demonic entities, a lot of them. And God is permitting it so. And they're losing homes, property, things of value. The enemy come to collect. He ain't playing. Those entities are not playing. A lot of people may not believe that, but that's what's going on. You got to now, and then the government covering up stuff. Well, not necessarily the government, but a lot of these entertainment's part of these secret societies, and they don't want to go to prison, and they're getting rid of evidence in certain areas. They know their house and it's under surveillance. You have a lot of stuff going on. And I just trying to teach people to prepare for when this natural disaster happened. Because like I was in 3 different floods. Okay. God made a way. I know way gave me most of my stuff. I came out here with nothing within 2 months. God showed me people, they had to move and they sold me furniture and different things. And I redid a lot of furniture, went thrifting, and I bought some things new. I worked really, really hard. Okay. I was working 2 jobs. Just to buy furniture. And Park in Sweetwater. Okay. And my house is overflow. I'm looking to give stuff away, and I'm like, oh, I got too much stuff down here. I don't know how this happened, but I'm still in a lot of need because when I tell you about how the landlord went and stole my stuff, I had a business. I lost all my stuff from my business, and I believe God was telling me to set up a GoFundMe so I can start my business down here, to get a lot of the stuff I lost. And I tell people I had a salon / school, and I had a clothing store. I lost all my inventory, cash registers, different counters and countertops and stuff where I can put the clothes and showcases in a salon. Oh my God, it was a 20-chair salon. Well, 20 chair for me I can rent out, but by being a part of the school, I lost the books. Okay, when I say I lost everything, we had shampoo sinks, for each section, little station. And when you get through doing hair, you go on the floor and people come in, and that's part of how they get their experience before getting their, cosmetology license, barbering, and all that kind of stuff. I lost it. I lost different tables the area where we have in the room where we're having not just theory but application, cos and barber application, and they doing their practical work. I lost mannequin heads, facial mannequin where you do makeup, do eyelash extensions or eyelashes. I lost everything. Okay? Everything. And when FEMA came out, and I lost the whole home, my expedition, my Cadillac. Let me tell you something. I got like $2,300, almost $2,400. That wasn't even enough to replace the clothes. And for the salon, I didn't get that much, like $500, somewhere in there. But that was the 3rd flood, and they really didn't want to come out. They ran out of money. They didn't want to say it was a natural disaster. All I had to do, I had to clean out these places, put it out. all that mold, black mold, the building I had owned, I lost it. Um, I just let the state take it because I couldn't afford to have it knocked down. I wasn't gonna have it rebuilt because they charge so much money to have these things done. So I said I was gonna start a GoFundMe when I feel that I'm able to go start again. I want to share all the knowledge and education I have and have a place where a lot of people, when they graduate from Cars and Barbers, so they can have the space and I can charge them extremely low, booth rent, you know, so they can go into the fields of trade that they really enjoy. I can get my clothing store back up, and in my clothing store, I sold personal items like my own personal soap, candles, different things. You know, I was out there trying to press and make it and stay from, living off the system and stuff like that. Work, 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 work. And, when I lost these things, people don't know how bad and devastating it is. And I'm fighting because I'm buying a lot of equipment and stuff to go into these businesses and I'm storing them. Got me a little unit, U-Haul unit and storage unit. And I said I was going to do a GoFundMe so I can help get a building to go forward, you know, and I'm going to pray about it. I know God told me to do it and he gave me some instructions and yeah, I'm going to do it and trying to be independent and help people when they come out of these things. Not only instead of getting loans and some people can pay cash to finish the course, learn it, because I can teach it and I do have my instructor's license too in that field. I thought I had a game plan, but I'm just reinventing myself and in another area, more of a safe zone and not a flood zone. And, when you young, you start business, you don't know nothing about location. You don't know this stuff. So you make mistakes along the way, but I'm going to keep pressing on and leave a business to my blood generations to come. I'm just going to do what it takes. But I'm going to get back onto the eviction because, see, I lost a lot of property, like at least 12 properties in Michigan. And I got here and bought a house online and it was just a scam. And I'm just keep going forward, pressing in, replacing stuff, making do, you know. But I look at people, I was crying about what I was suffering and what I had been through and how I had worked so hard. And I'm looking at people now losing their homes, can't afford it. You got a lot of people that thought they had it made. They couldn't understand what we was going through. They was in government and these high jobs. And now Doge is laying people off. And I'm like, oh, so y'all getting to taste what we going through. Because, see, they can terminate us for any reason. We had natural disaster and it wiped out our whole area and the job sites that we was working. And no, FEMA only give us this $500, $2,400, right? Okay, in certain areas they didn't give them nothing, so they ran out of money. And the whole world, well, they just act like that's nothing. Don't want to extend no help to us. Don't help us clean it up. We just went ahead, went forward, right? And God is showing me how He's bringing a lot of these people that's full of pride down. These people feel they too good and they so arrogant and nasty. And the word of God said God hate a proud look. And they show no love. But you have these programs in place to help and take and when things go down. But the people, when we in need, we get nothing. And then they lie about it. I felt bad for those people in North Carolina. And I'm hearing one thing. And then this woman, her family is from North Carolina, and they was talking about it, and she said when FEMA came out, they gave them $700. They wouldn't let people a lot of things go in, give them help, to give them supplies and stuff, and then the neighboring people start taking up collections and giving them supplies and finding ways to go up to help these people. I felt so bad. And even though I had went through such horrific things, I felt so bad because at least when the water went down, I could at least go to the store. I can at least buy my food. Our power was off probably about 2 weeks, but we got power. These people didn't have anything. Okay. And I said, I don't care if it was an entity bringing down vengeance or God. Let me tell you this. Once somebody's down, you don't necessarily laugh at your enemies. You have to recognize we all still human beings. And we tried to reach out. And I tried to reach out with several people. I've always been the people reaching out, reaching out, reaching out. Well, we had some flooded areas in Georgia too. And, like I said, when it flooded, it busted all my pipes. And I have to go back and do some reading, the scams of the home. And all these people was evicted now. But now these landlords find out these people they thought was making all this money. And they got rid of all these and put them out, thinking they're going to get all this money. A lot of them have lost their property. A lot of them, the people can't afford to work to pay that rent. So now these rents that was $2,800 for a 1-bedroom apartment, supposed to be luxury apartment, which was constructed out of cheap stuff, are now lowering the rent. And I remember this lady, she said, they raised my rent up to $3,200. Well, the rent now is like $1,200. They begging some people to come in. And people can't afford that. They chased away the people that was making the money, but then these disasters have caught them to the point they lost their jobs and building job sites and stuff. They don't have a job. They have no way of paying that rent. A lot of them's homeless. It's just a whole lot going on all at once. And I looked at it, I said, ooh, God, you put some judgment on the land. And all I can do is stay on my knees and pray and fast, which that's what I'm doing. And I'm giving survival tips. I gave winter survival tips for the winter for the homeless. I have been giving out blankets. I've been doing a lot. Go to secondhand store, buy some sleeping bags. So even if they out exposed, the sleeping bags will protect them for the outside temperature. Okay. And I'm just saying the housing market, when they thought that everything was so great and they was going to get all this money and scamming the people. It was this one guy, he had a home and he had people come out and they had to pay an application fee to see the home. He'll have over 100 people come out. Now listen to this. The application fee was $50. He will have 3 different times where people come out to view the home and the property. Fill out these applications. 3 different times. Each time the application fee was $50, and then he went up later on to $75, and then one time $100. Every time, and it was 4 times a day, he'll fill these slots up to come view the house. He was getting over $2,000 a day. He didn't rent that house out for 3 years. And when the storm came and tore that house down, but he took these people money with no intention of renting the property. And these people were homeless looking stuff, and they can't afford to pay an application fee. And you know good and well these people are in dire need, and you took their money like that. God is dealing with a lot of people and they nasty attitudes, and I want us to be mindful about how many people, and it's thousands being evicted. It's so many homes due to disasters and stuff. They lost their home and all their things, and these job sites laying off and shutting down, and these people are going homeless. Now these landlords are crying, and now the real estate market is going down, but it doesn't matter if it go down. If they don't have a job, they still can't pay rent. And now Section 8 is shutting down. But a lot of people on Section 8, this woman had to pay $11 of rent. I remember this lady. And she was like 3 months behind in her rent. How you 3 months behind? And she got an EBT cash. She had a baby daddy paying child support. And she got evicted. Some of the people, they just irresponsible. I know some people that go squatting people's houses and save up money. I know that she kept doing and kept finding. They call them rollover houses. And she ended up buying a home off the money that she saved for like 3 years squatting off of people. And then she would tear their property up. And she had a job. Let me tell you, she bought her a home. She was bragging. It was like 100K. She was able to pay that. And she still owed some money, but it was like 140K, but she was down to put 100K down because that's how much she had really saved doing what she did. Okay, she got that home. Not only did she lose her job, and I'm going to say it, the storm came, a tree fell on the house, and the house was flooded out. She lost that too. See, God don't like ugly. That's why I said we got to pray. Okay? And we got to start talking to people. It ain't okay to just do and treat people any old kind of way. And she thought she was getting over and got over on these landlords. And in the end, she got. Okay? She got. Now she homeless. Now she trying to get into places. And they got neighbors watching their houses and different things and these natural disasters. And she homeless. And I felt bad that she was homeless. But Karma sure knew her address. And I can't even feel bad, even though I do feel bad. But she got more than what she deserved. People, be kind to people. And I know it's a scary thing to rent rooms out because people have drug habits. I done did that too and got taken. Okay? You have to be mindful who you let in your house. You let them come in your house and they steal. When you go to work, they steal out everything in your house. So you can even trust people to rent a room if you don't know them. People have to change their ways. And all I can tell people is all we can do is pray. I can give you some tips on survival tips, and then they get these people that living in tents and they make a move every week and they establish a few things and they make them get rid of that. And they're going into these woody like areas trying to stay away from society and make it do and live on the run, and they living in their van life and they living in this because of rent prices, these crazy greedy landlords. Minimum wage $7.25, and some areas $15 an hour, but they raised up, but they don't have to go into full effect until 2028. It's ridiculous that this house I was complaining about and said, Lord, this is just horrible. Look what happened to me. But I was homeless. Man, I had a safe. It had money in it. I lost all of it. I lost all of it. I lost my business. But God knew what he's doing. Because when I found out, since I've been gone, all of the things that's going on, God saved me. He brought me here, and I have to be thankful for this roof over my head. Thankful. And I said, I'm paying people. I helped a whole lot of homeless people eat from week to week. And they was just doing little stuff when we were tearing down the driveway to come sweep it up and put it in bags and put it in the trash and load it behind this truck, in the truck so we can take it to the junkyard. And I would give them $10, $20 a day. Had about 10 people, was feeding them. They come over. I had put hot dogs and stuff on the grill and I will feed these people. I thank God now for this house. I don't want to be homeless again. I don't want to go through another disaster. I don't want to complain. Okay? He had me singing that song the other day. I was sitting in a chair. I may say I had some hills to climb. I had some sleepless nights. And I wasn't going to finish the song. I forgot that's not what this video is about. But I won't complain. And I'm just teaching everybody this gratitude. And I would like us to meet up over here and talk about issues. And y'all can give me some things you want me to talk about. I'm not saying I'm 100% right on everything. I'm giving my opinion, my analysis, and trying. You know, some people, they can't even afford cable, but they got a cell phone and they can look at videos and they look things up. And they look up things just to look up some of the tips and stuff. You know, but y'all like, share, and subscribe. I want to tell y'all, all of the people who have been supporting my channel and commenting, I love you. God bless you. I appreciate you. And y'all making my dream come to life of being a content creator. Yes, I'm the nurse in the bonnet, but I'm trying to step out, expand myself, reinvent myself. I'm not going to quit my J job, but most of my money is going to the bills and the mortgage and, the insurance, repairs, barely can afford to buy food. So I started my channel as God was leading me, but he had told me to start it back in 2021. Then we had the flood and, COVID, and then I made this move out here without nothing. And it's just been a tumultuous situation. But I'm still praising and thanking God. So y'all do a like, share, subscribe. And I want to say I appreciate you in advance. Bye. I'm that girl goddess. This is Dimensions of Christ. I said I'm going to be posting up 2 of my chapter scriptural reads. Because God asked me to post the word of God. I'm going to post it. I'm going to, start speaking on some things. But y'all be blessed. Bye.